to be. You can be from any Barrios where you come and get the tea. You want real talk with real people, nowhere else you need to go. Talking real issues, real substance, what else you need to know. Shawty been all in the White House, but she can talk the trap. She ain't never left the community, so she know where it's at. I'm talking BK Finer, she gon' rep it to the grave. And I only support the real, so I'ma tune in every day. Way up. You are now tuned in to Angela, but I call her Yee. Way up.
This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
Let's go. Yeah.
You are a media maven, right?
Ooh, you never know what Angie's gonna say.
All right, it's Way Up. I'm Angela Yee. Manos here.
New Manos!
Yeah. I can't believe this turned into a thing, but I've been seeing it snowball and escalate. But this all started on TikTok, right? A psychologist, she's a clinical and forensic psychologist based in L.A., Leslie Dobson, was talking about returning the shopping cart at the end of your shopping trip. Here's what she had to say.
I'm not returning my shopping cart. And you can judge me all you want. I'm not getting my groceries into my car, getting my children into the car, and then leaving them in the car to go return the cart.
Now, I want to know what your thoughts are on that. That was her explaining why she doesn't do it. People were online saying she's entitled. They were saying she's lazy. They were calling her a Karen. They're like, why don't you take your kids with you to return the cart or lock the car with them inside? Not a good idea. I don't think you should lock the kids inside the car. Ever, if you can.
Forget that cart.
Now, what do you think about this?
You want to know what I think?
Yes.
You seriously?
Yeah, I want to know what you think. Do you return your shopping cart?
I push that cart wherever it lands, it lands.
I'm going to tell you a couple of things, okay? You know, because shopping cart shaming has been happening online for years. It feels like an episode of Seinfeld or something. But my thoughts are this. A lot of times they do have places where you can return the shopping cart. If it's simple.
If it's too far.
And it's right there, I think you should return it.
Right. That's only if you park next to it. But if it's, you know.
Because I can also understand not wanting to leave your kids in the car. There's a nonprofit
I don't
called
even have kids. And
Kids
I push
in
that
Car
cart wherever
Safety.
I want to put it.
And they said that at least 265 children were abducted during car thefts.
Right.
So that's really hard. Sometimes people don't realize there's a kid in the vehicle too when they steal the car. So I can understand that if you have kids. But then I also realize like you can, you know, put the groceries in the car, take your kids with you to return the cart. But that's a lot of work.
That's too much work. Leave that cart right where it's at. Somebody, they have people in the parking lot.
Right, that actually return the carts. But what I
carts.
don't like is when people leave the cart right there, like behind someone's car. I think that's rude. Like that, at least put it in between so people can pull out and not hit the cart. Don't leave it in the middle of the parking lot.
I try to be responsible like that. I try that. But every now and then when you push that cart, it just slides. It slides.
Oh, man.
It slides.
Because you ever come outside and you're like, who left their shopping cart behind my car? Like, that's a rude, terrible thing to do.
Yeah, but, you know, I'm always a little bit, you know, not in the right.
Now, Dobson did this video. She said she knew it was going to be a thing to talk about, but she also didn't expect the anger and judgment from people online. She said she's even gotten death threats.
They'll be mad at me. I ride on the shows. I do a lot of wrong.
You probably park in a handicap?
You know what? I can't find my handicap plaque.
Do you park in the expecting mothers spot?
I park anywhere. On the sidewalk, at the bus stop.
You know what somebody told me the other day? They said I follow the rules too much. Like, I don't like parking illegally. No rules.
I ride on the shoulder. You know, yeah. You know, and they get mad at that. You know when the traffic is built up and people are on the line, I ride on the shoulder and skip everybody. You know, sometimes they don't like that.
And then you try to pull back in. I'm the person that's not going to let you pull back in.
So you want to know.
Right. All right. Well, listen, you guys, we have Yeezy when we come back. Let's talk about Kanye. There were some technical difficulties. I'm just going to be honest. So if we teased it earlier and you happen to hear it and we didn't do it, it's coming up next. We'll talk about Kanye, a lawsuit against him. It's Way Up.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip.
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to
All right, it's Way Up. I'm Angela Yee. Mano is here.
New
Mano! And Kanye West is being sued by his former assistant for sexual harassment. Now, according to Lauren Pisciotta, she said that she was bringing in $1 million a year on OnlyFans, and he made her take down her OnlyFans and offered her $1 million a year to take it down and come be his executive assistant. You want to see what she looks like? She kind of resembles Kim. Yeah. Okay. So, according to Lauren, she says that within 1 year of working with Kanye, he started to send her sexual text messages, and it said things like, see, my problem is I be wanting to F, but then after I F, I want a girl to tell me how, I can't even say this, but then he said, then I want her to cheat on me. Then he also asked her, is my D racist? It is. This effing racist D of mine, I'm going to beat this effing racist D for being effing racist. I'm going to stare at pictures of white women. I can't even.
So is this what he said? Is this like a transcript of what he said?
Yes.
In the text?
Yes. These are the messages.
What's her page, though?
The text messages. Relax. All right. So now he's facing a sexual harassment lawsuit from her. Now, she also said that he fired her after offering her $4 million a year to be his chief of staff, and she turned that down. And then she was offered a $3 million severance package, but she says that she never received the money, which is why she's also suing him for wrongful termination and breach of contract. So Kanye has not yet commented on the allegations within this lawsuit.
She was getting money, huh? Let's
on
see if we can
OnlyFans
find
first,
her.
she stopped that OnlyFans to get this job. $1 million a year as an executive assistant. All right, now Young Miami is talking about her relationship with JT. And the City Girls, man, let me tell y'all something. Me and Maynard were talking about how much we used to love the City Girls together. But she was talking with Complex, and here's what she had to say about the two of them kind of not doing music together right now.
You know, the whole rollout of the album was just so bad because we was just in two different spaces. When she doing her own thing, it just worked for her. And when I'm doing my own thing, it worked for me. But when we get together as a group, it just wasn't connecting. So I think we both was at a point where we was just like, we probably should just do our own shit.
I'm sad about that.
I know, me too. And they were going back and forth on social media.
Right, I didn't like that at all.
To see that, but then it felt like they got in a better space.
Right, but I still feel like it's something there, like that's just not aligned with them, and I guess that's why she's saying what she's saying.
Right,
they know better than us, but I was definitely a City Girls fan.
Mm-hmm. All right, now Busta Rhymes, people are flaming him because he put up a picture on the beach, and you know, the caption said, just know when you are blessed and highly favored, can nothing conquer what the blessings are when you are made in the likeness of the Most High. He was in Curacao, by the way, which I've been wanting to go there. There's a hotel in particular that I want to go to there. But anyway, he's wearing jeans on the beach.
But maybe he just landed.
He's from New York, and you know how y'all do.
No, but maybe when you just get to the hotel or you just get to the property and before you go in your room or your
I feel
villa,
like you should have had on Tim's also.
Not
now
Tim's.
you really from New York. Tim's and jeans
not
on the
Tim's
beach.
on the
You
beach.
From New York.
Not Tim's
and
on the
polo
beach.
Hoodie.
They would have let him have it if he had Tim's
a polo
on.
hoodie, jeans, and Tim's.
No,
I'd have been. He's from New York. He's at the beach.
Not
That's
at
how
all.
New York guys go to the beach.
He just landed, or you know what could happen? He might be leaving.
All right. Well, people thought it was strange, and they were definitely going in on him just for that. All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They're flying under the radar. And we definitely want to make sure we talk about what's going on with the Fearless Fund. We have definitely been talking about this. And Arian Simone, who is the CEO and founding partner, will tell you what's happening with the Fearless Fund, because they were giving grants to black women. And it was stopped. All right. It's way up.
News. I got news. This is the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right. It's way up. I'm Angela Yee. Mano's in the building. What? And let's get into some of these under the radar stories. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit has blocked the Fearless Fund from issuing grants to only black women. Now, this fund is a VC fund that does help out black women entrepreneurs who are by the way, we are the least funded out of any group by venture capitalists. And in an opinion that was released yesterday, the judges ruled that is substantially likely to violate the provisions of Title 42 of the U.S. Code, which ensures equal rights under the law and prohibits the use of race when awarding and enforcing contracts.
That's right.
And they said the funds program is unlikely to be protected by the First Amendment. Now, if you recall, Arian Simone, who was one of the founders of the Fearless Fund, was on Way Up, and here's what she had to say about what's been going on with, this trying to get blocked, and with Edward Blum, who is working with the American Alliance for Equal Rights, who is definitely very anti-affirmative action. Here's what she had to say.
We are being sued by Edward Blum's organization. He is a conservative legal strategist. He's the same person that stopped affirmative action at the colleges in June of 2023. And he has a company called American Alliance for Equal Rights. They are alleging exactly that we are being discriminatory. So I guess we have like reverse discrimination or reverse racism. They're trying to
help an underserved group of people who deserve the funding
exactly
get the funding that they need. You know, and this has been something that's been going on across the board that we have to make sure we pay attention to as far as people are trying to halt affirmative action, DEI efforts, equity and inclusion, diversity, equity and inclusion programs in corporate America. A lot of corporations said they wanted to make sure that there was diversity because we have shown that with diversity comes companies and corporations actually making more money and how important it is to have diversity. But unfortunately, you know, these things are all being rolled back. So it's something that we should all be paying attention to. This isn't giving unqualified people money and opportunities. This is giving qualified people a chance who normally wouldn't have the chance. All right. Well, that is your Under the Radar. You know, we have the Way Up Mix at the top of the hour. And speaking of qualified, amazing people, Sassy Jones is going to be joining us. That is Sassy Jones. Love her clothing, her accessories, her makeup. She's going to talk about her journey to get to where she is today. It's Way Up.
Way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T.
Way up.
All right, it's Way Up. I'm here. Mano's here. New Mano.
Good afternoon.
And Rihanna has posted a new family is moving in. Hashtag Fenty hair is pulling up, and it's time to finally have the hair experience you've been waiting for. You know how much switching my hair up matters to me. I've had almost every texture, color, length, from weaves to braids to natural. So I'm launching a flexible line of products for not only every hair want, but every single product is designed to strengthen and repair all types of hair, which is what we truly need. It's time to play and get stronger by the style. So it's coming June 13th. That's soon. What's today's date? The 4th? I would try that.
Right here.
So you can sign up right now for some Fenty hair products. By the way, Rihanna is like, F all this music. I am getting to the money. All right. With Fenty Beauty, Fenty hair, and then she has Savage Fenty. I mean, it's a Fenty world. All right, Taraji P. Henson is returning to BET as their awards host in 2024. That's the third time that she'll be doing that. So they just announced all of that for the awards. Drake leads all the nominations with 7, followed by Nicki Minaj with 6, and then J. Cole, Sexy Red, Victoria Monet, and SZA all have 5. And Usher's getting the Lifetime Achievement BET Award.
Nice.
You know, speaking of Drake, Drake has, he's on the Plain White Tees remix. And it's called Gwan, Delilah. And here, yeah, and I knew you would like this because you and Drake have a similar accent.
No, my accent is
and let's hear this.
real deal.
Wagwan Delilah, no, I'm late cause there's better traffic. I just showed my dog your Grammy, said he knows a man that slapped it. I'm so cheesed. Your mademoiselle nights are geeked. I'm bent low key.
Snow Day. Now, a lot of people thought it was AI at first.
No, he's just showing he's versatile.
But you know, the actual link is up, so it's a real thing, and Drake follows him. And doesn't that sound like how you? Let me hear your.
No, my real accent. You know, Jamaican Mano.
Oh gosh.
Real.
All right.
True. No, the Mano version.
When is Cash Doll having this baby, by the way? Now, I saw she had another baby shower. Shout out to our girl, Cash Doll. They said she's due to give birth any day now. And she just had a baby shower in Louis Vuitton. So shout out to her. I don't know why people were upset about it, but her having a baby shower in Louis Vuitton, but why not?
What's the problem? People are upset about everything and anything.
Yeah. Now, the first baby shower that she did, her first child's baby shower, was at the Detroit Pistons practice facility.
Okay.
And then this one was at the
Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, and she had
a
good
time. So what's the problem?
I guarantee you, she bought some things while she was there too. All right, now she posted, y'all talking all that ish, but neither one of you could have a baby shower in Louis Vuitton, even if you could have paid for it. That was a client appreciation event they did for me. My profile paid for that, buka butt. And the fact that they asked me to throw the shower is even more baffling. Clarity is that girl. Imagine being able to tell your little girl later on, you know, they wanted us to have your baby shower in Louis Vuitton. Nobody is saying no to that. And they do events for Louis Vuitton for like their top customers and clients.
Right.
They'll do a dinner there for you.
So
and they'll
people
do stuff
had a
like
problem with her being there.
I don't know why, but I think it's totally on brand for
shout out
Cash
to her.
Doll. All right. And that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Ask Yee. Any question that you have, 1-800-292-5150. I'm here with the award-winning advice giver,
right.
Numeno.
It's way up.
Everybody access.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
You should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Mano's in the building.
right.
And you're the award-winning advice giver today. So we're going to be looking to you today.
Okay.
All right. We have somebody on the line, and she wants to remain anonymous. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. It's me and Mano, and we would love to hear your question.
How would you legally handle dealing with a difficult parent, like father, who doesn't pay child support? And he kind of like works under the table, so it's hard to receive anything from him. He wants to be a father without doing anything financially.
Okay. So he's active in your child's life, but financially he's not supporting.
I wouldn't say active. He does things like on holidays to try to get attention.
Well, a couple of things here. So he has child support ordered through the court?
Yes.
And so he doesn't pay, or he just, like you said, he gets paid under the table, so there's no way for you to get what you should be getting.
No. The only time he may pay is when they really enforce it.
I don't really have the advice to really give you on this matter, but what I could do is get you on the phone with my kid's mother, and you could tell them how good they had it.
Oh, shut up.
Help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you can help me. Like,
well, I think, the main thing is you want to make sure that your daughter knows that she is loved, right? And sometimes that means, even though you and the father, I can assume that you guys don't get along at all.
No, we really don't.
Right. And they do have an app where you guys, through the court, where you can talk to each other, so those messages are monitored. But have you guys had to do like any type of family counseling?
No, I don't think. He is not on the maturity level.
Okay. Well, here, the advice that I can give you is this. You already went through the court to make sure that he has to pay child support, so they have to do that. I would just make sure that with messages, remember, all of those things can be used in the future. So just know that, like, anything that you send him, just watch how you speak and think about if somebody else was going to see those messages, how would they take that? So sometimes you can only control what you do, and you can't control what the other person does. So I would focus on what I'm doing, how I'm raising my child, the ideas that I'm putting into her head, making sure that she knows how worthy and loved and valuable that she is. And you can't control what he does, but you can control how you speak to him, how you react to him, and not letting him get under your skin because it feels like maybe that's something that he enjoys being able to do. And just making sure that you keep it very neutral. Look, my main thing is I'm just concerned about my daughter, and that is my first priority. Hopefully that's yours too. Let's not get our emotions involved in this. If you need to go through this app where you guys have your messages monitored so he can't talk to you crazy, you're not talking to him crazy, I'm hoping that in time things do improve and get better. But I think, like I said, you can only control yourself.
What's the name of the app?
So they have Our Family Wizard. That's a co-parenting app. It helps you deal with child custody, with scheduling. But maybe that's a way for you to get serious, and get started doing things like that.
Yeah, I'll try that out.
Well, honestly, I wish you luck because I can't understand how a man would not want to be in his child's life.
Well, thank you.
And she's blessed to have you. All right, well, that was Ask Yee, 800-292-5150, just in case you couldn't get through. When we come back, we have Sassy Jones joining us, and she is an entrepreneur. She started her company. By the way, she went to Hampton University as well, but didn't graduate from there. But her mom had her at 16. Wow. And she has turned out amazing. And she started her business while she had very young twin boys. They were only a few months old. And we'll talk to her about her journey. It's Way Up.
Yeah, what's happening?
You want to know my name?
Way Up with Angela Yee.
Turn me on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I am so excited to have this sunshine in the room with me today. Sharice Jones, a.k.a. Miss Sassy Jones. And you know her clothing and makeup, and you can see the accessories line, which I have on right now. So you started Sassy Jones in 2013, correct?
Yep, you're right.
And I remember reading about how you sold your car.
Yeah,
you had
$1,300. Yeah.
And you had twin boys, very young at the time.
Yeah.
Right?
There were 4 months when I jump started the brand.
Okay, so then talk to me about how you started the brand and initially what your concept was.
Well, initially I wanted it to be like an MLM. You could buy and sell jewelry and like have reps to sell it for you.
Okay.
But when I figured I was an entrepreneur, I was working my corporate gig, and I sold everything from like banking products, insurance, food to restaurants, all of it. So like marketing and sales, it's in my blood. And I always feel like you're going to have a transferable skill from your past that you're going to take with you into the next leg of your journey. And so I took a little bit of secret sauce from all the corporations that I worked for. And I was in the car one day driving to Geico. Like my commute was like an hour and a half. And I heard this radio commercial and it was like, hey, you can come and set up your table at this trade show and like pay this entry fee. And so I was like, well, what would I do? I don't have a business. Like if I were to show up, how would I show up? I decided to stick with accessories in the beginning because it's low cost of entry. It's one size fits all. And at that time, I wasn't designing. I would just buy wholesale, right?
Right.
And so I didn't have any money to do the show, so I sold the car for $3,200.
Wild, because that's really betting on yourself.
Yeah, and you have to as an entrepreneur. But I got the money, bought inventory, and paid the $800 for the show. And I'm little brown girl, knees buckling, setting up my table. Then all the people started to come in. And people would just walk by and be like, oh, that's not for me. And I'm like, what does that mean psychologically? Like, why am I continuing to hear this loop over and over and over? And so I was like, F that. Nope. And they will walk, I will go out in the aisle and get them like, nope, come here, try this on. Yeah.
You were
like
not
hustling,
playing,
no.
right.
And handed them the mirror. And then like we would all hype them up. Like, you look so amazing. What would you wear with it? Right? I had my girlfriends with me. I couldn't pay them.
I was going to ask you who was there with you that was helping you hype people up.
It was my best friend. To this day, she is our marketing director. But I learned so much about my journey on that day. I learned that I made way more in the one day than I did on my 2-week paycheck at work. And I was like, there's something to this, right? Like I have a proof of concept that this deserves some more of my energy. And then the second thing is I found my ministry, like legit helping women see themselves just a little bit differently. And my conduit is just style and fashion. But for me, it is a ministry. And it happens to be profitable.
Right now, Sharice Jones is joining us, a.k.a. at Shop Sassy Jones. What do you think about hearing that radio commercial, and then that was kind of what was the catalyst for you to do what you did? You think that was like a divine calling at that moment? Because sometimes we hear something and we shut out that voice.
Yeah.
But you heard something and you actually followed that voice.
Angela, I never thought about it that way. Yeah, I don't know if I didn't hear that on that day that I wouldn't have taken the turn that I took. That's serendipitous, honestly.
And I want to encourage people to listen to the radio. Okay. On that note, listen to the radio and follow our voice.
Right. And listen to the voice, right. And you got to be present to hear it. Because I could have been jabbing on the phone. I could have been talking on the phone. I could have been listening to anything, right? But it seeped and it melted. And I actually took action from it.
All right. Well, Sharice Jones is here, a.k.a. Shop Sassy Jones. And we have more with her when we come back. We're going to talk about working with family and also being a woman entrepreneur and a boss. It's Way Up.
Turn me up.
Here we go again. This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and I'm joined by designer, entrepreneur, Sassy Jones. So talk about working with Keon, your husband.
Girl, if you can do this, Angela, you can do anything. Because it is so difficult. It never turns off. The challenges that arise at work, we bring home. Before we say good morning, sometimes he'll ask me a question about something on the data or like something Shopify or whatever, you know? And so it is a constant pulling, like constant realignment.
But the one good thing is, you know, he's always got your back.
I trust him like nobody's business.
Right.
He is my built-in best friend. The loyalty is insane.
Yes.
The place that he makes decisions from, I know it's coming from a place of love. He works just as hard, if not harder, than I do.
Right.
And the support, you can't put a price tag on that.
Yeah.
The rule for us is this is us. Like, we don't try to stay in no kind of boundary because it's stressful to try to stay in that boundary versus just letting it flow and be what it is. And so we talk business at the dinner table and on date night.
Right.
And in the morning. And the sooner that I became okay with that, things got easier.
Okay.
Instead of me trying to perfect it.
Right now, Sharice Jones is joining us, a.k.a. at Shop Sassy Jones. When you talk about your sons, right, and your kids, because you do have have twins.
Yes.
Sometimes as a mom, especially they were very young when you first started this.
Yeah.
Women can feel guilty. People never ask men, like, oh, do you have kids? Do you have a family? How do you do it? But they do ask women that all of the time. So talk to me about that balance, because there are a lot of people who are mothers who are trying to be an entrepreneur, who want to do that, but they feel like restricted because of that.
And it doesn't go away. Can I just tell you that? It gets better. And the more, like, the older the kids get, I involve them in what I'm doing so they actually understand why mommy is going to go do these things. But the feelings on the inside of mommy still are there. The thing about the man-woman balance, okay, I'm in this group called YPO, right? Mm-hmm. And it's, have you ever heard of it?
No.
So it stands for Young Presidents Organization. There's a lot of men in it. They don't ask them where their wives are. But they ask me where my husband is.
Right.
They're not asking who's keeping the kids to the man.
Never.
They're asking me, so where are your kids? In the business world, I run into that a lot. And when we're trying to do partnerships and things like that, if me and Keon are in the room, they are looking at Keon.
Right. Like
speaking.
Like you didn't start this and it's not called Sassy Jones.
No. They're talking to him.
Right.
And I'm just like, go ahead, bro.
And this has happened to me, not as much anymore, but when I was first starting out, they will come in and shake everybody's hand and speak to everyone. If I'm the only woman, sometimes people don't even speak to you.
Nope. They don't.
Right.
You know, and so you just have to fight a little harder.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted people to see everything that you've been doing. You came up here. I know there's so much more to what you have going on, but shop Sassy Jones.
And I just want to just recognize you and like big you up for the work that you do, because like having me here as a woman-owned entrepreneur and continually giving others a platform to share their story, you probably have no idea how many people you're blessing.
No, I love it. And what I love to see is when we have somebody up here, and I only have people up here who I think are amazing. You know, I want to see that return with people going to shop Sassy Jones. You do amazing already, but I want to even like see the impact that has, because yes. I know as an entrepreneur myself how difficult it is, you know, at certain times. So I love that, and I love to have you up here, and I know we're going to end up doing some more things together in the future. I already know.
Yeah, I can feel it too.
Sassy Jones, make sure you guys follow Sharice Jones, and so many gems today. Definitely got to have you back.
Absolutely.
All right, well, you can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up With Yee, and when we come back, you know what we do. Y'all got the last word.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. What's today? Tuesday?
Tuesday.
I'm here with my guy, Mano.
Right.
Oh, and we have a big announcement, and you need to be here this year.
What's the announcement?
The iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Nice.
We are back in Vegas, baby. It's the 14th year. Nice. And you know, that's how long I've been working here. I think right when the iHeart Festival started. Yep. That's going to be September 20th and September 21st at the T-Mobile Arena. You're going to have a good time. And some of the music artists are Big Sean, Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Gwen Stefani, New Kids on the Block, NKOTB.
Oh, wow.
And Shabuzi, and of course, one of my favorites, Victoria Monet.
I'm coming to Vegas for this.
Let's do it. Well, pre-sale and on-sale info is Wednesday, June 12th at 1 p.m. Eastern through Friday, June 16th, right? And that's going to be a 48-hour Capital One cardholder pre-sale. And then Friday, June 14th at 2 p.m. That's when it's on sale for the general public, 2 p.m. Eastern, all right? So a lot more information coming.
What about the after-party information at Rhino?
Listen, relax. We can do it. Let's set it up. Now that's the time.
Yeah.
All right, so I promise y'all, get your tickets ASAP. As soon as they go on sale, it's going to be a time, and it sells out quick. And of course, thank you again to Shop Sassy Jones for joining us today. You can watch the full interview on my YouTube channel, and it's all about you. That's what we care about the most. So of course, you have the last word.
You can't mix business and family, man. Family and business don't mix, man. I'm in a current situation as we speak. I have to have a surgery, and I'm self-employed, man. And it's taking everything I got not to hire them, because I know we're going to fall out about it.
Hello, Miss Angela Yee, and I just want to say what you're doing is just excellent, and I love it. And by the way, God bless you, and keep up the great work.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.